So, first of all, I would like to say uh, thank you. Oh, sorry. To say hello. Why did I say thank you? So, hello to all of you. Um, how are you today? Or how is your day going? Is it great or worst or something else? It's like every day, and like yesterday two or before yesterday, we have a new lessons and also practice in speaking English with the idea or the knowledge in English. So here we refer to everything in English. But today, yeah, I focus about on the Buddhism. Yeah. So, but before start my lesson, I would like to say hello all of you and great welcome. And how are you? Uh, okay, good. Hi. Good evening, teacher. Yeah, good evening, okay. And Somali, okay. Yeah, hi, Somali. Yeah, hi, everybody. Okay, come on and learn and have fun with me. Everything is possible if you think is it possible. Just like come here and have fun and learn something new. Don't forget to learn something new because so many people have learned something new. And my super chai, hi, yeah, hi, yeah. Thank you for coming, all of you. I hope that uh, you feel good. Yeah, you feel good today. uh, Today, yeah, a great day for you, and also for me. I have at times for making the video because I don't have a class, but maybe for next weeks from Monday, maybe I'm very busy because my class is gonna start, so I don't know how I can live or not. But actually, wherever I try everything. And in my purposes, is I want to all of you practice and learn with me, especially learn something new and try to practice speaking and listening skills. I always bring a topic to talk in our live video stream because I want all of you learn with me. But actually, today lessons is about Buddhist, how to become a Buddhist. All of the Cambodian, not all, most of the Cambodian are Buddhist. So most of them are Buddhist. But actually, when you know yourself, you are Buddhist. But do you know what's the thing that can be like you are Buddhist? Many people don't know this. Just only know you are Buddhist because you practice in Buddhism. So the question when somebody asks, what religions do you practice? So you have to answer is, I practice Buddhism. I practice Buddhism. But how can you know that you are a Buddhist? And what can you do in order you can be a Buddhist? Everything here you can do, but actually here I find only for 3 ways in order to be a Buddhist. In order to be a Buddhist, 3 way here for a very easy one, and you can practice. Why I live this video about how to be a Buddhist? Because I heard this question from my friend. They as a native speaker or the foreigner. So she asked me about what's the role in Buddhism and how can you do in order to be a Buddhist, blah blah blah. So I have discussed this many times and also long hours in order about on a Buddhism. So have many question about Buddhism. I remember that when I were in Chiang Mai last week, I was joined to a monk chart. Monk chart is a room for monk when foreigners or the visitor to Thailand they go to Chiang Mai, and then when they go there as a temple, and the visitor when they see the monk and they're sitting waiting for the foreigners to come there and they speak English with them, but actually I will go there and say wow it's very nice, so but I think I can do it, so I go there and then I join it. When I join there I am asked many questions by foreigner, especially from I remember that country is from Australia and America and Argentina. Many country when I go there, a lot of questions. All the question is about Buddhism, and also here one question among them is how to be a Buddhist. So here is a great one that I have to detail in order to be more great in Buddhism. So have you ever known that before? This meaning and also the way how to practice and the way how to be a Buddhist. Because all of you are the Buddhist, but actually you don't know yourself. You are a good Buddhist or bad Buddhist. So the first of all in Buddhism, when we learn this, how to be is the first one is you understand about the basic Buddhist concept. Do you know what is a Buddhist concept? When we talk about a Buddhist concept, the first we talk about learn a Buddhist terminology. Do you know terminology? Terminology is a word. Is a word in Buddhism. So many of you learn only word, but you don't understand well about that word and that meaning. But you just say the word, like example, the word Arahanta, the word Buddha, the Bodhisattva, or the word Sangha, the word Buddha. So all the word you just call that words in Cambodian language or in another country. So, but you don't understand what's the meaning. So today is a great day of all. I have to share this with you and I give you the definition, the meaning, and that. So the first of all, in order to be, you have to learn about the Buddhist concept. You learn about the Buddhist terminology. So like the first word is arahata, arahat, or you can say arahat. Arahat or Arahan is the being who attained in Nirvana or Nibbana. So when you are in Buddhism, you will hear a lot of words is Arahat or Arahan. That word is very popular in Buddhism because he is also like the good one in Buddhism. So it is a great idea. And like the word Bodhisattva, a Bodhisattva is also the one word that is very popular in Buddhism. So the Bodhisattva also we call a would-be Buddha, or one more meaning it means a being who is on the way of Buddha teaching. It means his practice Buddha teaching in order to become a Buddha. So he is a Bodhisattva. And one more word is the word Nirvana, or we call the Nibbana. And Nirvana or Nibbana means spiritual bliss, or supreme purposes or supreme goal of Buddhism. The supreme goal of Buddhism. When you learn another language, when you learn another religions, we have a different goal in their religions. Some religions they learn how to be good or how to be born in the heaven, or other religions have a different goal. But in Buddhism, the goal is focus on uh, the nirvana or nibbana. So when you learn about Buddhism, you have to know exactly about the nirvana or nibbana. That is the supreme goal in Buddhism, supreme goal or the purposes. And one more word is venerable. When you are in Buddhism, you heard the word venerable. Actually, venerable is very popular. When you call me a venerable, or when you see a lot of monks in Cambodia or another country in Thailand, their country that practice Buddhism. So the monk that a lady would call him or her, call him as venerable. So venerable is the title of a Buddhist monk or nuns in Buddhism. So we call venerable. Venerable is the word that called to a ordained monk. So you have to remember that. Some people don't know how to read that word. Some that word is like have to call the monk as venerable. So you call me as a venerable. Venerable. Yeah, venerable. We have a lot of words like Sangha. Have you ever heard the word Sangha? Sangha is a Bali word, and it's a Bali word in English we call order. Sangha or orders. So when you talk about the word Sangha or an order, the meaning is like Sangha and order. So the person or the being who practice are the flowings the Buddha teaching. So that's called a Sangha or the order. So you have to learn about this. I have a lot of word more like the Buddha. The Buddha is the person or is the being or the awakened one. You call awakened one, the perfect one, the fortunate one. A lot of more, and we call the Buddha. So, the first step in order to be a Buddhist, you have to learn about the terminology. You learn about the terminology first, and after you learn about terminology, you can learn anymore. And this more when you learn Buddhist concept. The second concept is you'll have to familiarize yourself with a Buddhist school. Have you ever heard the word Buddhist school? When we talk about Buddhist school in Buddhism, we have two Buddhist school. It's Theravada and Mahayana. So Theravada and Mahayana, there are two schools in Buddhism. Theravada is the person who are practicing a Dharma, and Mahayana is heavily focused heavily on focus on all like how you want to say this word, like focus on real life or about renunciation, something like that. So this is the way to practice. And when you familiar with yourself, you as Theravada or Mahayana, so that's the way, the rule for you to be a Buddhist. And second, one more about in order to be a Buddhist, you have to read a life of the Buddha. Life of the Buddha. And life of the Buddha is thing like Gautama. So Siddhartha Gautama is also a Buddha, but his name is when he was a Bodhisattva. Yeah, Bodhisattva. And then he become a awakened one. So all this is we have to read it, understand it first, because he is the founder of Buddhism. So before you understand about Buddhism, you have to learn and understand about the founder, who is the founder, and when the Buddhism created, or something that. So all this is the way for you to learn a Buddhism. You have to practice that. And one more, in order to learn a Buddhist concept, one more Buddhist concept is Four Noble Truths. So when you learn the Four Noble Truths, is suffering and the cause of suffering, and the end of suffering, and the last one is the way of suffering. So in Buddhism is a great doctrine that you have to learn. First of all, before you become a Buddhist, you have to learn this first, because it's very important, because the Buddha have enlightened this. Yeah, the Buddha have enlightened about the Four Noble Truth. Or we call in Bali is we call Tukasatcha or something. Tukasatcha, Samudaya Satcha. This is a Buddhist term that's very important, and you have to learn this first. Yeah, and before the Buddha enlightened, also Buddha enlightened this noble truth first, and then he became a Buddha. In the Satya is the Dharma, the doctrine, all in life, in our really life. Okay, one more thing is we have to learn about the reincarnation or nirvana. When you are a Buddhist, you have to learn about reincarnation or nirvana. So reincarnation in Buddhism, are the Buddhists believe that when you were born and then you are aging and you are old and then you die and you will be reborn. You will be reborn. So this is a reincarnation in Buddhism, and also nirvana. When after you are a Buddhist or when you become Arahanta or the Buddha, so and then you go to the nirvana, no more birth. So all this is about Buddhism. You have to learn it first before you become a Buddhist. I hope that this is very important in Buddhism. When you learn Buddhism, you have to learn about this. It's very, very important. And one more thing is you have to understand about a Gamma. When you talk about a Gamma, I talk about three in Gamma. This for practice. Positive Gamma. So a positive Gamma, it means a good result. A good result when you do a good deed or you practice a good deed, so has a good result. So that result should be called positive Gamma. And negative Gamma, when you did a bad action or the bad deeds, and then it's gonna give you a bad result. So the bad result and the good result is also a negative Gamma and positive Gamma. So two Gammas is very important in your daily life, in this life and afterlife and before life and previous life. So this is it about a Gamma and positive and negative and neutral. Neutral is the Gamma in it means like it does not occur like while you are sleeping or something that is neutral. So three Gamma, like it's very easy to understand. I make this word, three word, positive and negative and neutral, because I think it's very easy for you to understand about this in English. Or if I talk about a very hard thing, so it's very difficult to explain you and maybe it's hard for you to understand about this. So this is also about a good one in Buddhism. So you have to learn and think about in Buddhism. And one more thing, in order to be a Buddhist, you have to take a refuge. Take a refuge. A refuge, there are three in Buddhism. So the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, or the perfect one. Yeah, the perfect one, and the Dharma, and then the third one is the order. So three is the refuge. So in order you take a refuge, the first you have to, if you are in the country that practice Buddhism, like Cambodia, like Thailand, or like Nepal, Sri Lanka, or Korean. So this country practice Buddhism, can be like Mahayana or Theravada Buddhism, and Vietnam is also a practice Buddhism, but it's like Mahayana, and most of them are Mahayana. So all this are you have to go to the temple if you wish to be a Buddhist. You have to go to temple and practice Dharma and temple. Actually, each temple have a different goal or a different jhana, or if we call them a different teacher. So you have to go to them and you have to vow to uphold 5 precepts, because before you can be a Buddhist, you have to practice about 5 precepts, or you uphold. You have to vow to uphold first. After you uphold this, and then you can be a Buddhist. Before you find that for a comfortable temple. In Cambodia a lot, because most of Cambodia as a Buddhist, so they practice a lot in Buddhism. Also in Thailand. In Thailand is also one country that most of the people as Buddhist, and they practice Buddhist very well. I love it so much. So that's the way for there to practice. And one more thing is we become a part of the community. In order to take a refugee, it's a very good idea. You have to take a part of a community. A part of community can be a nonce, can be a monk, can be a novice, or can be a bhikkhuni, or sometimes it's just like example. So all this, the way for you to practice, or the way for you to be a Buddhist or to take refugee. Here you have to do it. And one more, you have to enqueue yourself to take refugee in 3 triple gyms. 3 triple gyms is very important, and you have to practice with 3 triple gyms, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So all this is very important in your life. Okay, these are take refugee, and after that, the third, you order to be a Buddhist, you have to practice Buddhism in daily life. How can you practice Buddhism in daily life? First, you have to keep connect with a Buddhist community. Keep connect with their temples, or you can go to another temples or a part of the community. So you keep connected. Talks to the monk, learn to the monk, and you have any question you can ask the monk or ask the Buddhist teacher, or all thing in the community. So when you are keep connected with the community, so make you clear about Buddhism. But when you are only in your homes, or so you have never chance to learn about Buddhism. And also you have never chance to ask any question in Buddhism to the monk or to other people. So here's the way for you to learn it. You practice it and learn it. One more thing, you have to study Buddhism regularly. When you study about Buddhism regularly, it's not only focused about learn at school or something else. Actually, you can learn everywhere. You can learn at your homes, or can learn at your school. Everywhere you can learn, but regularly. If you learn about each school in Buddhism or Abhidhamma or about Sutta, so you can learn this Dharma, blah, 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 like that. Learn a lot regularly. But if you stop learning or anything else and you don't care about that, so you ask the Buddhist, but actually you don't understand well about Buddhism. So you have to be clear about that. One more, you uphold 5 precepts. What are the 5 precepts, buddy? I think that 5 precepts, most of you understand this. Is the first one is not killing, and not stealing, and not commit sexual misconduct, and not refrain from the false speech. And the last one is no drink or no alcohol, no drink and no alcohol. So 5 precepts are very important for a Buddhist. So when you are learning about Buddhism, so you have to practice it first, or before you do any meditation, you have to practice or you uphold a 5 precept first, and then you can do meditation or practice Buddhism. That's a great idea. And one more thing, you have to learn a middle way. What is a middle way? Middle ways, or we call in Bali, we call a Atangika mean 8 noble, 8 full path, or the middle way, because in the middle, or we call the Majjhima Paripada, means the way of practice in order to become or to enlighten Nibbana. So here is in Buddhism, the middle way is the right view. Right view, you have to think or something is good, or something is good, a positive thing. So it's right view. You think about Buddhism, you think about Dharma or something else. So this we call good view, and good intention or good thought. And you have to think about something is good, not about something is bad or that something is harm. So when you think about something harm, so it's not a good idea. Also, it's not in practice in Buddhism. So we have to learn and practice in middle way. And third is about right speech. So do not speak in a false speech, like you tell a lie or you talk harshly. So all this is in a right speech. And reactions are the action, like no killing, no stealing, and no so all this, no killing, no stealing, is also the action. So when you practice about the middle way, the reaction is very important, and because you have to practice with a right action, not killing, like example. So all this is in a Buddhist concept. Learn about this. And right livelihood, is in in your life that you practice, or you earn your life, you earn something else. So you have to earn in a good thing, not kill in order to bring up yourself. Some people have bring up yourself by killing other or stealing other. So all this way is the bad way one, and also is not the middle way. So in order to practice the middle way, you have to don't kill or don't steal something else, don't tell a lie, or that's the middle way. And right effort, you have to practice effort here. I mean, you try, work hard, not allowed bad action come into your life or lead in your life, because there are many people, when they learn about Buddhism and do not practice well, so also the bad karma lead their life a lot. So they also follow their life. So here's the way that they always don't understand well about Buddhism. Okay, one more is right mindfulness. Also mindfulness is also in contemplation. Like in contemplation, there are 4 contemplation of the body, contemplation of the feeling, contemplation of the mind object. So all this is in contemplation, in mindfulness. Learn about this. And the last is a concentration, right concentration. Do meditation in your life. So you do it, or actually in Cambodia it's not very famous, it's not popular for concentration, but in Thailand it's very popular to do meditation and concentration. Okay, here is 3 ways in order to practice in Buddhism. practice Buddhism. I think that this topic is not very interested. Yeah, this topic is not very. I think are interesting. Sorry, I think most of people in here they also are like Buddhist, but actually they're not interesting and. Yeah, this topic is not interesting to them. They learn Buddhism, but the topic is just like normal because in Buddhism, and sometimes they know yourself that they can do a lot of things in Buddhism. They can learn and they know a lot of Buddhist concept. All the concept they know well, but actually, we are not sure yet about how to practice it and how can do a meditation. Sometimes they are well aware about Buddhism and meditation, but they're not sure how to do it. So here's the way for you. Sometimes you know well about the 5 precepts. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can the call one is not killing, not stealing, and not meeting, sexual misconduct, and not speak follies or not. Drink alcohol. You understand well. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You understand it, but actually you cannot practice it well. So here's the big problem. So you learn about Buddhism. You have to know about this. I hope that this topic can be help you when you are a Buddhist. So you have to know yourself, and you can analyze yourself how you practice in Buddhism and how you are understanding of Buddhism. So here's the way for you to analyze yourself. Okay, I think it's enough today, and tomorrow we have a more topic is about in Buddhism or about the other in English. So if I have a chance, I'm gonna make more video and make sure I'm gonna make it more interesting, and I can learn about in Buddhism, or can learn about how to learn English and practice in English or speaking. Actually, today I pretend to, to talk about expression, learn conversation, but I love. Buddhism and topic here, so I'm gonna do it first, and then if I have more chance I'm gonna make it more expressions to practice conversation very well. Actually, from one day to one day I change topic, and if you have any ideas on topic you can comment below, and then you're like I wish this topic. Okay, after I finish I'm gonna check it and I'm gonna learn it, and is it possible? Okay, I'll do it more tomorrow and after tomorrow to practice it like every day. Okay, thank you very much buddy for coming and joining us, and if you like my video please share. If you don't like this, okay, here I do it for just someone that they are very poor in English. They cannot speak, they cannot do anything. So if you're sure about the English, that's okay. You don't listen if you think it's possible. But actually for someone that cannot speak English, they can practice and learn with me, and just share what you can help, just share what you can do, especially share for you learn another day and learn by yourself. Thank you very much everybody, and have a good night. Bye.